Union takes action against threatening employers. Hospital and insurance firm partner on health talks. And National Film Institute opens new studio. Good evening and welcome. This is Friday's news. I'm Kilawani. The PNG Trade Union Congress is sending a warning to employers that are threatening employees and workers regarding vaccination. The union representatives said they will take action against those employers who threaten their employees to get vaccinated.
TUC today issued a strong message to employers in the private sector in regards to employees being forced to take COVID-19 vaccination. There have been concerns raised by workers that some employers are threatening workers to be forcefully vaccinated.
Various employers are using subtle words that looks like it's of a lesser impact, and they're using strategic communication methods to make it look lighter. But actually what they're doing is they're pushing the workers to a vulnerable corner where they have to choose the job and the jab. And they are taking advantage of the vulnerability, and actually what's happening is it's becoming compulsory.
According to the Pandemic Act, COVID-19 vaccination is voluntary. However, this is not the case for some employers who are putting the jobs of the employees at risk for not being vaccinated. TUC General Secretary Clemens Kanau says any organization found to be in breach of the constitutional rights of individual workers' freedom of choice, legal actions will be taken against them.
This is icebreaker to tell all the employers in the private sector that the actions that they are undertaking at the moment in terms of forced vaccination, no jab, no work, no jab, no pay, is now been registered as a concern. So yes, over the next couple of weeks, if the issue that is now on hand developed to be a major industrial issue, all of those companies will be named, identified, and we will, as unions all throughout the country, deal with it.
As a democratic country, TUC says the rights of employees must be respected. The union is calling on the government to address this matter and come out clear that vaccination is not compulsory.
It's infringing on our democracy. It's infringing on our human rights. And so we need the government to come out clearly and with force state to all organizations within the country that it is a voluntary thing and that it shouldn't be forced down the throat of people.
Suli, National EMTV News.
Access to basic health care information is almost non-existent in rural Papua New Guinea. But even in towns and cities where access to online information is available, not many people find time to read about health-related issues. With this concern at hand, Paradise Private Hospital teamed up with insurer Capital Life to promote a proactive approach at minimizing preventable diseases.
In efforts to reduce the number of preventable diseases reported at Paradise Private Hospital, digital health awareness is now being made available on social media platforms. In a brief launching of the Joint Health Wellness Partnership, this morning, the emphasis was placed on a proactive approach.
In developing that content, we've worked closely with the medical staff here at Paradise, who obviously have got significant experience in their interactions with patients across the community, and we just heard 40 years experience in some cases. So it was really important for us to partner with somebody who's got absolute expertise in what we're sort of putting forward. And this is a new direction for Capital. What the role of medical insurers historically has been to pay the bills after somebody's sick, and that feels like it's too late. We think the role that we want to play should be more proactive than that.
This new initiative, believed to be the first in the health sector, targets clients of Capital Insurance Group.
What is malaria?
Malaria.
Through this awareness, a series of videos, articles and podcasts will be released on a digital platform with simple information on tips to protect yourself from malaria, dengue fever, including women and children's health.
In Papua New Guinea, we rely more on one-talk system. So when somebody gets sick and in here, all the one-talks are there to try and support and contribute towards the healthcare cost. There has been some question whether private healthcare is relevant to this setting, and I say it's very relevant because a lot of Papua New Guineans now are well educated, and they know what is. They've been in the social media. They already know what the symptoms they're suffering with, and they can come to a doctor with a lot of knowledge about their own health.
The distribution of this series of videos, articles and podcasts will be made in August. Thaklagunga, National EMTV News.
A bottle of Coca Cola was all that kept a young woman awake and her blood sugar level high after bleeding for over 12 hours. Betty from Kol village in the Yumi district of Jiwaka province was suffering from a retained placenta after giving birth to her firstborn child. Unable to walk, her family members carried her on a makeshift stretcher and took her to a nearby field where a team from Heli Solutions flew into Medivac her to the nearest hospital. Heli Solutions Operations Manager Linda Wee attended to Betty when they arrived and said this is not the first time they've responded to such cases. She said this is a serious matter as many mothers are dying in isolated communities throughout the country. Betty and her child are now recovering in Kujip Hospital. Kol village sits on the foot of Mount Wilhelm and is not accessible by road. The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission has again rejected Link PNG's bid to buy up to 40% shares in PNG Air. The first attempt to acquire the shares was declined and because it would mean a lack of competition. This April, a second application was made based on effects of COVID-19 and the decrease in revenue for the airline industry. However, after careful consultation, ICCC has declined the acquisition proposal by Link PNG. ICCC Commissioner Paulus Ain says both parties were informed of the decision on Wednesday this week.
The ICCC was not convinced, and it considered that PNG Air will continue to survive under these circumstances. Link PNG and PNG Air also proposed in the submission that they would operate independently if the ICCC authorized the proposed acquisition. The ICCC also concluded that once New Guinea acquires the shares, it will become a major shareholder in PNG Air. So it is more likely that New Guinea will have substantial influence in the management and operation of the airline. So among other findings and determinations in the final determination, the ICCC's consideration on the likely competition effects, public benefit detriment assessments on this proposal, we found that PNG Air is a strong competitor and is capable of being profitable, and the proposed acquisition would remove a strong competitor in the market.
You're watching National EMTV News. More stories when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. Since independence, local businesses struggle to survive during tough economic times or compete with foreign-owned companies. However, one local real estate business is fighting the odds and growing steadily with the recent expansion into Milne Bay Province. The story of Yumi Real Estate Limited proves that simple Papua New Guineans can be successful with a bit of commitment and determination. The recent expansion of the nationally owned company, the Yumi Real Estate Limited in the southern region, particularly in the Milne Bay Province, is a story of humble beginnings. Owner and Managing Director Eke Lama says it all began with just $190 back in 1979.
Start in 1979. Lo 79, one man am giving me $200. That time was dollar. And then I start with $190 because $10, it's 3 hours lo mimba walk about back lo place so mimba cola and biscuits. This is $190. I used to buy sherry coffee, lo bus. Karam kam lo way got road long and sell him go back. Karam sambla store kai go. This like giving me some profits then.
In year 2000, Lama moved to Port Moresby in search of business opportunities with the profits made from selling coffee. Only going as far as grade 3 in his education, Lama's interest and venture in business, particularly in the area of real estate, even at old age, caused him to take up carpentry studies at a mission school.
2007, me go back to school. Taking 3 years, me start law school, be a carpenter. Me go school blow, one white man, trained to be a carpenter, which is this one here. And then, after 3 years, me go back na helping mission na work one time more again because all learning me to be a carpenter. After that, me come back to Moresby. Me starting real estate.
In less than a decade, Yumi Real Estate has grown. When asked why he chose Yumi as a name for his company, the ambitious yet humble businessman doesn't hide his intentions in taking a nationalistic stance, especially in the area of business operations.
Meaning backside on this plan, way back on 1990s, 80s, 70s, 68, 65 come on top. Port Moresby City, Hagen Town, all towns are run by foreigners, like Chinese. Nobody one place of Moresby that time run store. I am the one who said come in first and open one supermarket down in Waigan. And then time me open this supermarket, me won him Papua New Guinea line, all but put him head blow or same. This is Yumi. You and I are together here. I'm not Chinese, I'm not Australian, I'm outside man. Me Papua New Guinea man come work in business here so.
From $190 in 1979, Eke now owns 800 rental properties, 600 land titles, 4 lodges, and recently a hotel. All properties all across Papua New Guinea.
But like me talk, it's happened because I commit my time. I work Saturday to Saturday, 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock. That's why it's make it happen like that.
The National Film Institute plays an important role, and that is to preserve Papua New Guinea stories through film. Films kept in their archives dated back to pre-independence. However, in 1998, the studio housing these historical tapes burned down. After more than 10 years, they now have a new studio which was opened today in Goroka by the Minister for Tourism, Izzy Leonard.
This is the National Film Institute's new studio in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province. It was opened today by the Minister for Tourism, Izzy Leonard, and Goroka MP, Aya Tambua. Minister Leonard said the institute plays an important role and they can do so much if they are supported.
I'm talking about having a film industry in Papua New Guinea, and I believe NFI is the right platform to drive this.
Film industry is a sleeping giant, I can say. It's a very important industry in this country. Just that we are not giving a prominence.
The National Film Institute's function falls under the National Cultural Commission. Their role to document Papua New Guinean history, tradition and culture through film. The films in their archive date back to pre-independence. In 1998, the NFI studio burnt down and along with it, some of the historical files.
Since then, up until 2012, Mipla rent lo all get haplo town. Karim archive, equipment, everything round. Nogat place planify lo sit down isina make him work picture.
Work on the new studio started in 2012 to 2014, but was left incomplete by the contractor. In 2019, the NFI team moved back and started renovating the studio with the support from the National Cultural Commission. Today, the NFI team celebrated the opening of their new studio, named the Chris Owen Studio Complex.
And we're so excited because now Mipla got space for Mipla yet to work from.
Lucy Kopana, National EMTV News, Goroka.
And now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina opened unchanged at $0.2850 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina will buy $0.2775 $0.3726 Australian dollars, $0.3951 New Zealand dollars, and 29.83 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa and copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower.
Coca Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Round 2 of the National Soccer League gets underway this Saturday. With the first matches out of the way, all teams, players and management will be looking to make adjustments on their tactics and combinations. This weekend's matches will be played in Port Moresby and Lae.
Round 2 of the National Soccer League gets underway this Saturday in Port Moresby and Lae in the Southern and Northern Conferences respectively. As expected, defending NSL champions Lae City FC won their opening encounter against Moorabbin Wowens 2-1. In the Southern Conference, Hekari United made their intentions known, getting off to a winning start with a thumping 6-1 victory over Star Mountain FC in Port Moresby. In the Northern Conference, the game of the round this weekend will feature a local derby between the two Lae franchises, Lae City FC and Lae City Dwellers. Both teams are likely to dominate the Northern Conference. A win to either side will give them the early bragging rights over their local rivals. Huxley Lovai, Trukai Sports.
Malolo International School, situated at the Malolo Estate in Port Moresby, is focusing on sports to inspire students. The school hosted its first sports carnival last week as a way of uniting the different grades. Principal and founder Ruth Nombri says playing sports will enable the students to be competitive as well as maintaining a healthy lifestyle. This year's winner went to the Greenhouse, who will have their house name tagged on the new shield. Ms. Nombri also thanked the parents for their presence and for supporting the school during this special activity. That ends Trukai Sports. The weather report is next. All the details after the break.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Southern region, Port Moresby and Popondetta, cloudy with few showers. Daru, cloudy and windy with some overnight showers. Kerama, cloudy periods with patchy rain. Alotau, few showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Mamase region, Ley, cloudy with overnight rain showers. Medang, cloudy with few showers. Wewak and Vanimo, partly cloudy with brief showers. For the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy with brief showers. Kavieng, cloudy with few overnight showers. Kokopo, Rabaul, brief showers. Kimbe, cloudy with some showers. And Buka, few showers. For the Highlands region, all centers cloudy with some showers, then morning fog.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that's been the news, sports and weather for today, Friday, 30th of July 2021. Until next time, pleasant viewing, be safe, bye for now.